T-Brawl again, always with good questions. Which was the video game boss whose defeat gave you the most satisfaction? Alright, I'm gonna have to go back in time a little bit, take it back to I think 1996. I'm right. My favorite game on the Sega Genesis, Gunstar Heroes. If you ever fought General Green, that's the dude with the robots and he changes shapes all the time. Fighting him on hard mode, he is ridiculously fun. I have too much fun playing him. So that's my all-time favorite. When you have to grind that much with that epic music and that train ride and everything's moving at such a fast pace, it's an adrenaline rush. And when you're a kid, that's exactly what you need. That was the game that sold me on blast processing. Do you go ham all day, every day, What's your morning routine when you wake up? Thank you for the correction. It's simple. I wake up, get my protein shake, Liz Hannon, I drink that, and then I go off to the gym. It's none of my business, and don't answer if you think it's too personal, but what do you wear when you're just chilling at home, and what do you wear when you go to sleep? Same thing I'm wearing right now, minus the hat, sweatpants, t-shirt. That's about it. Have you ever gotten into a fight? If so, what age was your first fight? Been in many fights when I was younger. I don't really fight that much now. Back then, I was short-tempered and sensitive, so people talk trash, it was fight time, period. All the time. First fight was when I was 5. I was in a park across the street from my grandmother's house, and I lost that fight. Will Virtua Fighter 6 be announced, or is it the end of the whole game series? The new generation of consoles just came out. If any time Virtua Fighter is going to come out, it'll be around now. Remember, PS3 and the Xbox 360, they saw VF5 Vanilla version A and B, version B and C, and then they saw Final Showdown version A Revision 1. So, chances are there will be a new Virtua Fighter in the works. It's not one of Sega's flagships, but it does kind of need a reboot, and it is a popular game, especially in Japan. So maybe they'll get one, and then a port will come, because Sega is kind of known for porting their games over. We saw Hatsune Miku and a couple of other things. But we're not going to see that anytime soon. Remember, the consoles are just fresh. Even Capcom is thinking about doing a Street Fighter V for the next gen console. So keep your fingers crossed. I believe there will be a VF6. I'm not a rep from Sega. I haven't spoken to them in a while. I know I'm wearing the VF shirt. But still, listen, if it comes out, they'll tell you. They'll know before I do. So we're just going to have to keep our fingers crossed and just wait. Some girls complain about having big boobs and about getting breast reduction. So how big do you think boobs need to be so that you can get a breast reduction? Well, I'm a guy, so I can't answer that question all the way properly because, I don't have the boobs. But what I do know is this. Boobs are heavy. They weigh something. They're dense. And especially if they're natural. So if, you're a small girl or just a girl with big breasts in general, they're heavy. They weigh something. They'll mess up your back. They'll mess up your posture. They're very heavy. If you're athletic or you move a lot, they bounce and they pull you down. And that's terrible, especially for your back, for your posture. I've actually seen a lady who had back problems because of that. And then, she finally was able to afford a breast reduction, and it helped her posture, and she just was all around much more healthy. Big boobs to us guys are cool. We love them, but they can be a burden to the ladies, which is why when I see games like this, I laugh at it. Because, really? With them big boobies? Come on, man. How do you stop being jealous over someone? That's a little rough. See, a little bit of jealousy isn't bad, because that's just, in my opinion, that's just a person wanting more, wanting to do more, wanting to be more, wanting to have more within themselves. So, when I see people, and rarely do I do this, but I still do this. I do this. When I see people, especially at the gym or something, and they look like they're in better shape than me, or something like that, I'll admit I get jealous. And that jealousy is a form of motivation for me, because personally, I see them and I think they look great and I want to look like that. And that pushes me that much harder to get to that point and work out more, get into better shape so I can look like that. And vice versa. People see me at the gym and they think that I'm in tip-top shape. And they get jealous of me, and then they work hard and they get that motivation to kind of get there. Now, in a relationship, it's kind of good too, because it forces you to kind of appreciate who you're with. And, it sucks to say this, but in a moment, you can lose somebody in a relationship, right? And that little ounce, not too much jealousy. Now, there's some people who are if you go to an event, this happens to me, and this is why I prefer to be single. I go to an event, lots of pretty girls. And my girlfriends would get jealous. It was like, well, it's part of the job. I'm not talking to them or communicating with them like that. And I get that you see that they're pretty, but I chose you. Don't get jealous over something like that. But that's just them wanting to keep me for themselves and wanting to do more for me and satisfy me. So sometimes jealousy can be a problem, but for the most part, it's just the mind kind of trying to one-up the next person, and that can kind of sometimes make the relationship better or ruin it. Alright guys, and that is all the questions I have. I am done. Thank you for so much feedback. That is ridiculous. I did not expect the questions to triple. I'm so mad that I even lost like 10 questions. But we're all good. We got questions asked. If yours didn't get answered, make sure you drop a comment below. Ask your question there, or you can hit me up once again on ask.fm/Shidosha. All that's in the description. And don't forget to rate, comment, share, like this, do all of that. Please thumbs up and subscribe. Send this to your buddies, get them to ask some questions, and I'll see y'all on the flip side. And in the meantime, I'm going back to volleyball.